Hello, everyone. This is the video recording version of week 2. We're going to cover linear algebra today, but we're also going to review last week percents. Welcome to the replay of it. We have a good group and we're even growing. It's a beautiful thing. But one of the things we talked about, the big thing we talked about last week, we learned how to use this proportion equation to solve a variety of percent questions. It's always about what's the part, what's the whole, and what's the percent. Whenever you read a question like number 13 here, it says 112 minutes is 76% of what? Right? 112 minutes is 76% of what? I'm going to poll some people today. We'll start with Chapel since she signed in first. I'm just going to go in the order of people who signed into Zoom. Okay. When I see these two numbers, 112 and 76%, I got to know where to put those numbers in my formula, right? So I'm going to start with 112. Give you a second to think it over, up to 20 seconds. No pressure. Chapel, what do you say? Is 112 in this context the part, the whole, or the percent? It's got to be one of those three, the P, the W, or the percent.
It's the part.
It's the part. You feel pretty confident about that. You said that with some authority, okay? Give me a thumbs up if you agree. It's the part. Give me a thumbs down if you disagree and you're ready to fight with Chapel a little bit. Oh, they all agree with you. I don't know if you're a good leader or if they just all got the same thing, but you're right. 112 is the part. Whenever I say something is something, that's typically a reference to the part. Now, this is so, if y'all just keep it simple, you can't mess this one up. So let's talk to Rachel. I feel like I've talked to Elena a lot because Rachel keeps ghosting out in the corner. Rachel, 76, there's a little symbol there. Is that a percent or a whole, Rachel? Pop quiz.
Percent.
Thank the Lord. Okay. Yeah, there's a percent symbol. Don't mess that up, guys. If you see that, you know it's got to go over 100 because percent by definition goes over 100, which means we're actually trying to find the whole here. When it says of, whatever follows the word of is a reference to the whole. Okay, so I'm trying to keep it real simple. Now, I'm going to give you guys up to a minute and 30 seconds. That's 90 seconds. Okay. And in 90 seconds, I think that's enough time if you did the homework to be able to solve this problem. So write it down. If you got paper, go ahead and put 112 over W equals 76 over 100. And as we talked about last week, you cross multiply and divide. And I want to see if y'all remember what you're doing, all right? Put your answer in the chat, direct message to me. Don't send it to everybody because then you're cheating, right? We don't want everybody to see the answer yet, okay? You got a minute and 30 seconds. We're doing a quick review before we move on. Okay, the timer's going. The timer is going. Let's see. Okay, we got one message already came through. Okay, if you got it, can you send a direct message to me so the whole group, don't send it to everyone, say to Mr. Morris or Christopher Morris. Tell me what you think the answer is in the chat. I see Chapel's answer. Thank you very much. Either Rachel or Elena have something. You can send me what you have. Put it in the chat, direct message to me, please. All right, we're checking. Y'all still got a few moments. Let's see what they have. Okay, thank you, Rachel / Elena / Raquel. You still got about 20 seconds, guys. Mr. Morris, can I use a calculator for the division or the... Yes, you can. All right. I'm going to assume you learned long division a few years ago, so I'm allowing it to save some time. Okay. We'll give it a few minutes. I don't want to give away the answer first, but I do want to talk to Elena. What is the first thing, Elena, that we have to do with these types of proportion equations? We talked about it last week. It was on the video. You got to turn off the mute so I can hear you, okay? But first things first, talk us through it.
You have to multiply 112 by 100.
Absolutely. So I'm going to do that real quick. By the way, if you want to multiply it by 100, just add two zeros on it. That's a little bit of an easier way of doing it.
You
Just
knew that, right?
little trick, little trick. Okay, Rachel, you're up. Now that I multiplied 112 times 100, what's the next thing to do?
Divide it by 76.
You're kind of right. You kind of skipped a
Or
step, but I think I know what you did. Before you divide by 76, don't forget to tell the people who are learning the process, we got to cross multiply the W by the 76 next. Is that something you kind of did in your head and you kind of just took that for granted, Rachel? I
yeah.
had a feeling. Your heart was telling me that. I could hear your heart. It was like, I already did that, Chris. I don't need to
Ba
tell.
boom, ba boom.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. I like your heart. Boom, boom, boom. That was pretty good. All right. So yeah, you got to multiply. Marcelo, thank you. And then say it one more time, Rachel, for the people watching the replay. And by people, I mean the one person not here. Turn off the mute. What's the last step so we can all hear it?
Uh, multiply 100 and
Divide.
divide.
You just said it, Rachel. Come on now.
Divide 11,200 by 76.
There you go. You said it. Divide it by the 76. Marcelo, remember when we were talking about that last week? You always end it by dividing whatever number is attached to the letter. You remember us talking about that, buddy? So everybody got it. I'm starting to think y'all did your homework. Everybody said in some form or fashion, you got 147.3, or some of y'all rounded that out a little bit, but you should have about 147, depending on how you rounded it. All right, for the whole. Okay, so that's really really good. All right, we're gonna try one more. Let's see if we can pick up the pace a little bit. All right, then we're gonna get rolling today. Marcelo, Chapel, Rachel, Raquel, Elena, can y'all see that? Number 15, similar question, but dealing with money. $73 is what percent of 125? Again, are they giving you a percent, a part, or a whole? You got to put the numbers in the proper position when you're setting this up. They gave you two numbers. One number we have to find out, but the formula doesn't change. Uh-oh, let me do better than that. Part over whole equals whatever the percent is over 100. Is 73 a part? Is it a whole? Or is it a percent? Write it out. And I want y'all to take more leadership on this one. Okay? You got another minute and 30 seconds. That's our way of staying on pace today. That's our way of staying on pace. Let me see if I can't clear that. There we go. Got my little timer going. By the way, our new student's name, if I'm saying it right, is Eliana. Keep working. And when we're done with this last problem, we're all at the same time going to say, welcome, Eliana, so she feels welcome, even though she's watching the video, okay? I like to lovingly embarrass my students so that we all bond. You know, it's an art. And y'all are going to help me do it. Okay? I'm not going to embarrass you too much. Okay? Let's see what you guys got. Thank you, either Rachel or let's see, Alana, whoever put that in there. Thank you. Let's see, I got another, both of you. Okay. Chapel. Okay. The good news is y'all are telling me the same answer. Marcella, very good. All right. I like what I'm seeing, people. I like what I'm seeing. If everybody is agreeing, there's a good chance you did it right, right? So when you're doing a problem like this, people, remember, you got to pay attention to, are they giving me a percent? Are they giving me a whole? Or are they giving me a part? Okay? Chapel. It says 73 is what percent? If you see that word is next to a number, that's usually a reference that that's the part, just so you know. It doesn't tell you the percent. If you want to put a little X for, I don't know, we'll put a letter there. So of is the whole in this context, and this is how you should have set that up. Give me a thumbs up in the camera if you set yours up just like I did. If you set the table, right? It's dinner time. We got to eat, but you got to set the table first. If you didn't do it this way, feel free to give me a comment. Say, Mr. Morris, I didn't do it that way. How did you do that, right? You can ask me. No one's going to make fun of you. If they do, they're going to face me, you know? None of that, okay? But once you set it up, you just cross multiply and divide. 73 times 100, little hint, add two zeros to 73. That's a lot easier way of doing it, right? 125 times x, you just put them next to each other. A number times a letter is just the number and the letter side by side. So this is how we set that up. It's called cross multiplying. And then once you cross multiply, The last step is to divide whatever number is attached to the variable, whatever number is in this case attached to the x. 7,300 divided by 125. I think most people approximately got about 58%. Am I right on that? I'm looking at y'all's notes. I'm trying to remember. It sent me messages. Everyone get about 58% on that? Okay, very cool, very cool. Okay, so I think you guys are ready. That's my little, follow up after I teach you. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna let you do it. Then I'm gonna re-clarify, right? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna send everybody a link. Now, I might have to send this as a homework file for you, Eliana, because you're watching the replay. But for those watching live, I'm gonna send you a link in the chat. And when you click the link, it's gonna go sign in. It's not going to make that noise, okay? But in my head, it's making a weird chime noise, okay? Put your name in there, hit join, and then you'll be logged in, and then I'm going to start us off. There are going to be 6 questions, okay? Not too many. There's going to be 6 questions that are very, very, very similar to what you just did with me together as a group, all right? When y'all were sending me the messages in the chat feature, and we're going to do it together just to kind of assess if everybody's learning or if I need to go back and remediate with anybody. It gives me information on how to teach you guys just as much as it helps y'all practice. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a link to everybody.
The
Okay.
screen.
What was that?
My mom wants to know if me and Rachel have to log in separately.
I wouldn't worry about all that. Just, y'all be a team, I guess, but just make sure both of y'all are thinking. Okay. So here comes the link to everybody. Forgive me. They changed the emoji icon, so I had to get it. Does everyone see that? There's a little URL in the chat of Zoom. Everyone see that? Okay, so what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the Zoom up. I'm going to share the screen for the sake of Eliana watching the replay so she can practice along with us when she's watching the replay. But the rest of y'all, for a moment, y'all can go to the website that pulls up and just put your name in. You can call yourselves Eliana. You can call yourself Rayliana. Y'all can merge your names. I don't care. Just call yourself something that I can identify. Okay, go ahead and log in there. If you're having trouble with the website, it's not working for you, let me know. You all right? All right, Alana, it's entertaining watching your facial expressions. It's like a movie. It's like, oh, I'm on the edge of my seat. The answer's 25. Okay, put your name in there. And once you're in, it'll show me a list of who's joined. You might have to hit a button that says join. So far, I don't see anybody saying that they're in yet, but I don't know. I'm gonna give it a minute. Let me check in one-on-one. Chapel, how about you? Is it saying that you're logged in yet?
Yeah, it says I can start. Like there's a start button.
Okay. Did you? Okay, hold on. Something says Turner. Does someone put their name in as Turner? Who's named Turner? Is that Alana? Alana, I said to merge y'all's names, not completely a new name. God. Okay, now Chapel, what's going on with yours?
I signed in. Like I had to create an account.
Oh,
Like
did it make you do all that? Ah,
yeah.
that's annoying. Okay, are you in yet? What's it saying now? Yeah, there it goes. You're in. I see it now.
Okay.
Okay, Marcella, is yours making you create account too, or what's up? I think he's still trying to get in here. Give it just about a few more minutes. I think I can start it even if someone joins late. It should still work. Done this before. So it's our first time doing it. Might make us something, but it's free. So we'll give it a whirl. Okay. I got 2 people or 2 families in. I should say it that way. Marcelo, looks like you are in now. Yay. Okay, everyone's in. Okay, for the sake of Eliana, I'm sharing the screen so she can kind of see what this looks like. I'm going to hit start. You guys are going to see a 3-second countdown if it's working. And you're going to do 6% questions. Use your paper. Use those, the P over W equals percent over 100. And we're just going to try a few of these in a row. Make sure everybody's good to go. And just assess for a little bit. Okay, 6 questions. I don't think this needs to take more than 8 to 10 minutes, but we'll kind of pace it like that. Somebody's already off to a good start. Okay. So y'all work. You can turn me down if you need to. I'm just talking to Eliana for a little bit because she's watching the replay. So this is similar questions to what we did in the warm up. You want to ask yourself, is 75, for example, a part, a whole, or right, a percent, and put it in the right position and go through that process. It can be very useful in a variety of percent questions. Here's another one. 33 is 75% of what? But you can kind of see where people are going. Chapel's off to a decent start. However, Alana turned herself into Turner is off to a good start. Don't understand that one. But that's not as confusing as Marcelo, who turned himself into KVQFF. He has a really good name right there. All right. And so you can kind of see, if you want to just pretend to be a teacher, I can kind of see how many people have done each question. Everyone's done with the first one and the second one. And so some people have finished question 3, some haven't. It's okay. Okay, checking in with y'all, Turner. You can just send me a message. I think it's y'all that have finished already. Is that right? All right. 2 heads are better than one, I guess, as I say now. Very good, girls. The rest of us, we have a few more moments. Y'all are way ahead of schedule, actually. Just want to make sure. Marcelo, are you finished, buddy? It looks like you just finished. Okay, good work, man. Yeah, just making sure I got everyone's names right.
My computer is just really slow, so it's taking it a minute to load.
Gotcha. I was gonna check on you in a minute, see if you're just blowing your nose or something, you know?
No,
No,
no.
you're good. Okay. All right, I'll let you finish up. For the sake of timing, I'll still have it running in the background, Chapel. I think you only need like a minute or two left, right?
Mm.
I'll let you finish up. I'm not super concerned about you, but I am going to stop the screen share and ask that those who are done, please come back to Zoom because I want to go over something from the homework to give some last clarity, and then we're going to move on to a new topic, linear algebra. Okay? So come on back to Zoom. If y'all are in Zoom, I want you to do in the camera what I'm doing in the camera so I know that you're watching me. Uh-huh. All right. Elena's on it, man. She doesn't waste any time. Marcel, very good. I appreciate you getting goofy with me. I know I'm a little bit of a goofball. Okay? All right. So here's the deal. We're going to talk about a little bit of the homework and get some clarity because some of y'all kind of caught this and some of y'all didn't. I'm not that nervous because I think you know how to do it, but I do want to give some clarity about what I was asking you to do with the Shark Tank style questions, right? We had some that was just find the percent. Then we had some that was a whole, like, watch the episode, fill out this, kind of longer set of questions, right? And then this one right here, I was probably the most interested in seeing because it was very similar to what happens when you watch the show. We talked last time about how when you go on to a show to maybe get investment into a business venture that you have, you're usually going to have to give up some of your company, right? How many people know people aren't just going to hand you $100,000 because they think your hair and your nails looks cute, I mean, they might like you, but it's like, yeah, well, you don't know me. Well, I'm telling you, your style might be nice and people might like you, but I don't know if they're $100,000 like you. You're going to have to give them something in order to get something back in return, right? And so when you go on Shark Tank, there's similar situations like you see here on the homework. Everyone look at the screen for me. It says Lori's offer is 15,000 for 20% of your company. In other words, she'll give you 15,000. That's part of the company's value, but it's only 20% of the company, right? We want to know what all of the company is worth if you buy a part of it at that rate. If you look at Mark's offer, $10,000 of his company is 10%. So the question is, if it costs me $10,000 just for 10%, I mean, that's not even all of it. That's just a little bit of it. The question is, well, how much is all of my company worth, right? So the same math, y'all, that y'all did just now together is really doable here. $15,000 is not a whole, it's only part of the company. When you go on Shark Tank, you're only offering part of your company. You don't want to give them your entire business. You want to run your business, right? It's 20% of your business. If you look at Lori's offer, the question is, what is 100% of the company if you can buy 20% of the company for a rate of $15,000? Do y'all see what I'm saying there? So in this instance, with Shark Tank style, the offer is really a part in exchange for a percent. And we want to know what the entire business is worth. That's what's called a valuation. What's your entire company worth? Y'all remember how much money 50 Cent made when Coca-Cola bought vitamin water for, I think it was $4 billion. Remember we talked about this. How much money, cha-ching, did Mr. 50 Cent make when they bought that company? He only owned 2.4%. He only owned part of the vitamin water company. But 2.4% of 4 billion is still a lot of money. You understand? Does anyone remember how much money that was? We talked about it last time. I just want to check in and see if anybody remembers. Okay, I'll remind you. It was $100 million. It was about $102 million. Okay, is anyone okay? I'm okay with $102 million. Okay, Coke, you can, spend your millions, and vitamin water, you can make all that billions. That's cool. I got 100 million. I can do something with that. Okay, so I don't have to own the whole thing. I can own part of it and still come out okay. You feel me? All right, so I'm trying to help you out. So how do you find out how much this company's worth? You do the same thing, Marcelo. We cross multiply and divide. Can everyone do that for me right now? I know you probably did it for homework, but I want to do it one more time together for the sake of clarity and so that y'all remember it going forward. I want to know what all the company is worth if someone's offering 15,000 for 20%. If they're going to buy it at a rate of 15,000 for 20%, how much are they claiming all of the company is worth at that point in time? Well, we can figure that out with this formula, doing this equation. I want you to send your answer in the chat to me just like before. What is 100% of my company? What's my valuation of my company under this situation? All right. Chapel sent me something. Cha-ching. Okay. Not millions, right, Chapel? But not bad. Okay. You're getting somewhere. You're starting it off. Anybody else have it? Keep working. I know Turner can get this real quick as fast as you went through that quiz. Come on, Turner. Is there someone in the family line named Turner? I mean, does that come from somewhere? Y'all just made that up. You're muted, so I can't hear you.
That's our last name.
That's your last name. Oh,
my name is hyphenated because we have two older daughters.
Gotcha.
That has my maiden name on their birth certificate.
My bad. So... I got a little fuzzy on the other name there. That's right. That's a last. Okay, good. I thought we just were having fun and any, mini, money Turner. I mean, I didn't know what it was. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Here we go. Some of us are there. Some of us had one little mistake. I want you to look at this. We cross multiply, right? 15,000 times 100. Guess what, people? Just add 2 more zeros to 15,000. That's the easiest way to do that, right? If you cross multiply the other way, 20 times x is just 20x. If you divide both sides by 20, I think that's 1.5 million divided by 20. How many people got, I think it was 75,000? Anyone get 75,000 when they divided that out? I'm just kind of doing it kind of quickly here to make a point. But there you go. Okay, we got 2 people got the same thing. I'm going to double check that, but you can use a calculator to save time. I would encourage it because we don't have all day, right, to do everything by hand. We're going to save some time. But yeah, that comes out to 75,000. That's important math to do. If you are walking into the Shark Tank and they give you a certain amount of money, you need to understand that they're claiming, whether that's good news or bad news, that your company is worth $75,000. Now, for the sake of saving some time, I'm going to tell you guys, Mark's offer, 10,000 for 10%. Y'all know how much he was saying that one was worth? I'm not gonna wait for everyone to work it out, but he's claiming his company's worth 100,000 because 10%, you can fit 10% and 100%, right? So if he's buying 10,000, if he's spending 10,000 for 10%, That's $100,000. This last one, 50,000 for 50%. Guess what, people? That's also, if you do the math, $100,000. So if you guys said I'd take Lori's offer because she's giving me 15,000 and it's more than 10,000, that might sound good, but what you're really saying is you don't think your company's worth as much as Mark does. Mark actually is more impressed with your business. He's saying that your company's worth more money than Lori, even though he's offering you less money. Whoa, what? Huh? Because he isn't getting as much ownership. He isn't getting as much equity for that 10,000. Lori's giving you 15,000, but she wants 20%. That's a big bite. Mark only wants 10%. It's like my oldest daughter eating, you know? Alana, Rachel, who takes bigger bites of food at dinner time between you two? Who does? Is it Rachel? Rachel eats big. Rachel didn't even fight with you on that, right? She's just like, yeah, it is. It's true. Okay. I knew it. When they're sisters, there's always one who eats like, I'll be done in about 2 hours, Mom. Don't worry. Just go. I'll do the dishes. And the other one's like done in 10 seconds, you know? It's just how it is, right? But that's kind of the nature of the beast. So when I'm answering this question, I really want to think about who should I go with? I probably want to go with either Mark or Barbara because they're saying my company's worth more, right? But I probably would go with Mark. If it were me, I would go with Mark because I don't want to give up half my company. How many people know 50% is half the company? And so you still want to own it. It's a balance. You have to make decisions. But that was what I was hoping to get out of this. Get y'all thinking, do the math behind it, get some information. But we got to keep rolling here today. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to have to be smart and I need someone to help me out. Who's going to be willing to help me out here? I'm right. No, man, I find out a whole bunch about you guys already. Okay, listen. I'm going to pause the recording because I cannot share this on my YouTube channel because I'll get copyright infringement. And so I can't show. That's kind of how that world works. Here's what I'm saying. When the video's over, I'm going to show y'all a video. I need one of y'all to tell me, Chris, hit record again. Because if I don't, Eliana's going to miss half the lesson, and I don't want her to miss it. But I can't show her this part on my video. Y'all with me? Who's responsible and going to tell me, hey, Chris, don't forget to start the recording? Who? Come on. Is it Rachel? Marcella, can you be that guy? I'm going to go with Marcella. Marcella, that's your job, okay? I might forget because I get excited about the lesson. And Rachel and Alana, I'm going to let y'all work that out, okay? So, Eliana, we love you, but we're going to pause the video right here because I can't get in trouble for copyright, but we'll come right back in just a minute, okay? All right, let me see if I can pause the recording for a second. Resume recording. Okay, I want y'all to look at this because you're going to do this. Thank you, Marcella. you get hired again, okay, buddy? Okay, so if you look right here, this is very similar, girls. This is very similar, Marcelo. It says you've got a GPS collar, not for girls running by themselves, but for dogs and their collars so that pet owners don't lose their poor little doggy. Does anyone have a doggy that they just love who's always running around? And is anyone here a dog lover? Chapel, how many dogs you got?
One.
You got one dog? Rachel, how many dogs you got? You're muted. Just one? Marcelo, any pets or anything?
We have a rabbit.
You have a rabbit? I had a rabbit too, and then we just got rid of it because the rabbit kept chewing everything. But anyway, yeah, I had a rabbit too, Marcelo. Listen, how many people know that the people who like their dogs really, really, really like their dogs? Has anyone met that? Maybe Chapel's that person, okay? Some of these people sleep with their dog. They let the dog lick out of the cereal bowl with them in the morning. I mean, I think they like the dog better than their own kids. Elena feels a type of way over there. Elena, what you trying to say? Is that how Rachel is? Rachel's like all intimate with the dog. I mean, was that what you're saying?
No, not at all.
Not at all. That's not her. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying she was that way. Okay. So listen, what I'm saying is that might be a better business model. That might be a better market. You might want to get a GPS collar for a dog because they're always running away, and people will probably pay longer than if you just got it for a girl who was a middle schooler who liked to run for a couple years. You see what I'm saying? You might have to think about your market, but here's the deal. You're going to write the business models for each one of these. See, if you have a buy the collar, free subscription, that's a very easy equation. It's simply Y equals 175, right? Y'all see that? This is a very simple equation. But if you have a subscription fee, like model 2 says, let me show y'all something. That's a little more nuanced. It's a cheaper collar, but you got to pay $3 for every month that goes by, plus you got to pay for the collar. So that equation would look like y equals 3x plus 75. Y'all with me? So when you're writing these linear equations, what you're really doing, in my opinion, one of the more practical ways you'll see it is you're actually writing a linear equation like we do in algebra all the time. Okay? So I don't know what's on your head, Chapel, but okay, just be careful over there. Okay? So you're going to write the business models, and then you're going to think about the math of it and answer which one would be a better business decision. Which one is going to make you more money in the long run? Business model one, if you just sell it for 175 bucks. Business model two, where it's a cheaper collar, but you got to pay a monthly subscription. Or maybe you just want to give away the collar for free and charge more per month. That's what Netflix does. They don't charge you to download the app. They say download the app for free, pay me $10 a month. Y'all with me? Okay. Now here's the part. I'm running a little short on time, but I got to show y'all the math of it. I need y'all to buckle up and get this because you're going to try this over the week. Okay. Part of the homework is going to be straight up. How do you find the slope of a line? Okay. Now you can find the slope a couple different ways. I'm going to talk through two of them here, and we're going to start with the graph. Let's say you have a line on a graph. You still with me, Chapel?
Mhm.
Once you started those emojis on, I don't know if you got distracted or what. I'm gonna make sure you're here. You with me, Chapel?
Yeah, it's my brothers.
Okay. Oh, those brothers. All right, take a look here. Oh, brother, take a look here. One of the things you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to tell me what the slope is of a line. And I'm physically gonna let you look at a line that generates on a graph, much like you saw in the video. Now, how do you find the slope? It's really the distance between the 2 points. How many people have ever heard of rise over run? Rise over run. This is how you measure how steep a line is. And to be honest with you, the slope of a line, the best definition for it is a way of measuring the steepness of a line. It's how far up and over do I go from point to point. Think stairs at a house. When you're on stairs, you're just going up and over, up and over, up and over, right? Up a little bit, over a little bit, up a little bit, over a little bit, up a little bit, over. Rise over run. Do you see what I'm saying, people? So when I ask you to find the slope, if y'all need a reminder or you never heard it before, I'm asking what's the rise and what's the run from point to point. In other words, how high up do I go? That's my rise. And how far over do I travel? That's called the run. And we're going to measure that together right now. Make sure you're with me. Hang tight. I know it's been kind of long, but I got to get this so you understand what the weekly task is, all right? If I'm going from point to point on, say, example 11 right here, I want someone to jump in here and tell me how many units up do I have to travel to get to the same height as the other point? I want y'all to count those thin gray hashes. How many units up? I mean, count that. That's one, that's two. How many units up do I have to travel? Can anyone either tell me in the chat or what do you got, Chapel? How many? Uh-oh, here we go. All right, there they go. I got your messages. Yeah, it's four, right? It's 4 units up. How did you do that, Chris? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the rise is literally 4 units if you go from point to point. I'm going to put a +4 right here. Now I'm going to ask the same question for the run because not only do I have to go up to get to the point, I have to go over too. How many units did I have to travel over to get to the second point, class? Count them up. Huh? 2, 1. What you think, Marcelo? Elena's really giving me that answer with some passion over there, but it's 3 units. Y'all see that? It's 3 units. So I went up 4, but look at this. 1, 2, 3. I also went to the right 3 units. That's my slope. The slope is your rise number. Watch this, Marcelo. Watch this, guys. Over your run number. If I had to travel up 4 and I had to go over 3, the slope is real simple. It's 4 over 3. That's all I want to see. Okay? It's all I want to see. It's how far up and how far over, just like you're doing stairs at a house. Y'all with me? Okay? So just to make sure you're with me, I have no idea if you're just nodding your head and getting lucky and looking at somebody else's screen or getting it or not. Someone tell me what the slope is, for example, 2 over here. And maybe number 12, the one on the right side. Look at the 2 points and the block dots. Go up and over and tell me what the rise amount is and tell me what the run amount is. Up and over. Put it in the chat. Don't give it away. No more of this, Elena. Not this time. I don't want to give away the answer. Put it in the chat, direct message style. What's my rise over my run? Chapel, what's your brother's name? I could tell he's a character. What's your
His name
brother's
is
name?
Ben.
What is it, Ben?
Yeah.
Ben, let her focus. She just needs about 5 more minutes, bro.
He said leave me alone.
I didn't use those words, Chapel. Yeah, I did. I did basically say, what's the rise over the run? What's the up in the over, right? Okay, thank you, Turner family. Thank you, Chapel. Marcelo, did you give it to me yet? I don't know if I saw it yet. How far up and how far over? Look at that point. Up and then over how much? That's what I mean by the slope. How far up and how far over? Rise over run. Get used to that right there. Okay, Marcelo's coming in. Thank you very much. Everybody said the same thing. I like it. We went up full 1 and went over 4. That's your rise over 1. That's your slope. If you were doing a business model, let's say you charge $10 a month, you'd be going up $10 for every 1 month that goes by. So it'd be 10 over 1, which reduces to just 10, right? If the subscription model is $15 a month, maybe Paramount Plus is $15 a month. I don't know. It'd be up $15 over 1 month, right? That's the business model for subscription-based business plans. And it's really just slope at the end of the day. It really is. Okay? All right, I got one more thing to show you guys, and don't get frustrated because I'm going to give you a video in case this doesn't click the first time I show you. But I got to show you one more thing so you're not confused for the weekly task. You with me? The next thing we're going to do is how do you find the slope when they don't give you a graph? And I need you to write this down real quick. We're going to do one together, and you can watch the videos that I'm going to send for further clarification. But the first thing you need to understand, these are called ordered pairs, if you don't remember that or know that. And anytime you have an ordered pair, know that the first number is an X, the second number is a Y. So we're going to label X and Y underneath the first and second numbers in both of those parentheses. Okay? Just write it down, take it down, and get the notes on paper so you can look at it later. Okay? Those are points that would fall on a graph if you were to graph them. Over 1, up 2, boom, there's a point. Over 7, up 7, boom, there's another point. You with me? Okay? You've probably done this before. Now, here's what's weird. I want you to label it X1, Y1 for the first ordered pair, and I want you to label it X2 and Y2 for the second ordered pair. The 1 just means the first ordered pair, and the 2's mean the second ordered pair, Chapel. Tell Ben he better be not distracting you, okay? Leave me alone, as you say. Now, there's a formula for finding the slope. I can just sense when little brothers are just being pestersome, you know? There's a formula for the slope, and it looks like this. M means slope. Don't ask me why. M, slope, that doesn't make sense, right? But that's what it means. And the formula, if you've never learned it before, I'm going to give it to you right now, is simple. It's Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. And you're going to use that formula, practice that formula, anytime they just give you ordered pairs and they say, tell me what the slope is. It's Y2 minus Y1, just write it down, over X2 minus X1. Chris, your handwriting's not that good. You need to go back to second grade. I tried. This is as good as I can do on a computer, okay? This is as good as I got. And apparently, Elena is once again diming out Rachel. Apparently, you got great handwriting too, right? So look right here. Chris, I don't know how to do this. It's too hard. Don't suck your thumb. Don't do that, okay? All you got to do is look at the number that you labeled earlier. We put a Y2 under the 7 because the Y2 number is 7. So we're just going to plug those numbers in. If Y2 is labeled clearly here as 7, you're going to put a 7 for Y2. The Y1 is labeled right there. So we're going to say Y2 minus Y1, which is 7 minus 2. Y'all with me? This is how you fill out the formula. The X2 is also a 7, and you got to subtract the X1, which is a 1. This is the first thing I do. I just get very careful, and I label and put those numbers in the right position and go from there. Elena, I saw a hand up. Were you trying to ask a question? No, you're just messing around. You're sitting. Okay, just checking. Okay, and then we're just going to do the math, right? I think Elena and company already got it. You're going to do 7 take away 2, which is really what? 5. I think y'all know that. And then you're going to do 7 take away 1, which is 6. Oh, by the way, there's the slope between those points. If those points were plotted on a graph and you went up and over, you would have got up 5 and over 6 to go from point to point. But this formula helps you not have to have a graph. You can do a graph if you want to, but this avoids that necessity. Okay? And I have a follow-up video that's going to go over this process in a little more detail, slow it down so you guys are really good there. Watch the follow-up video I'm going to send you guys, and then do the weekly task. If you run into trouble, you can email me or text me or whatever, and I'll try to do my best to clarify. But I think between the videos, you'll kind of see what I'm asking you to do. Okay, some of y'all have done this before. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. The part I really want y'all to think about the most after doing this is the math at work, the Shark Tank style questions. I want you to look at those business models. Think about subscription-based versus a fixed cost. Ask yourself, well, how long would it take me to make this much money? That's something that's going to pay off throughout your whole life, even when you're out of school and you're not necessarily needing to pass a math test. It can be applicable to a lot of things in life and help you make a better decision that makes you more money over time. You understand? The math should help you make an informed decision. And I want you to get deeper in your understanding than just know how to do it and what to do. I want you to know why to do it and how it helps. Okay? All right. It shouldn't be too bad, but we do have to do the work, kind of build that muscle memory and really think through the process. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if that made sense today. What we talked about. Are we cool? Did I talk too fast? No, we're not cool, Elena. What do you want me to change? Be honest with me. I can take it. I'm a man.
No, I just need to practice it more so I get the
Practice it more.
concept.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So anyway, I'm here. You got my email if you need to reach out and clarify anything. But like I said, I'm going to send a teaching video that'll go back over some of the things that I didn't get a chance to cover completely in the live. But you'll have the task there this afternoon, probably this evening, more than likely, either this evening or early morning. I'll have that out to everybody. Okay? Okay. I love the daisy in the hair, Chapel. Feel better. Take your vitamins. Marcella, go play some hockey. Okay? You did your math for today. Way to work, guys. Much progress. I'll see you guys soon. I appreciate you guys.
Bye.
Bye. See you guys. High five, Marcella, with the yellow hands. I'll see you guys in the next one.